I got my hormones and I didn't take the first one until like basically a month after I just had them on my drawer, on my counter.
Sure.
I was like, hey there, old friend. And then like finally I took them, you know? And I will say that for me, the day that I started hormones, it was like the best antidepressant that I ever took in my life. I immediately had this, like not the physical sensations, but I immediately had this feeling of my life is moving forward. I've made a decision and it's like, I'm like doing this thing that like has scared me. Like finally it's happening. You know what I mean?
We're on the Yenta podcast.
This is the thing.
Yenta
Podcast. Yenta Podcast. Yenta Podcast.
We're so hyped.
I can't believe I'm
This
here
is
right
the
now.
only
I can't believe I'm
time.
here. This is unbelievable.
We've never chanted Yenta podcast.
No one's ever been excited at the beginning of it.
I know.
Everyone's always like, I'm preparing what I have to
Oh my
say.
God. Well, see, this is actually a great segment. I'm so sorry to interrupt before you even said hello.
Yeah, we haven't even said
I think part of the reason I have so much energy is I just had an Erewhon smoothie.
brand sponsorship.
That's right.
Oh my
And
god.
can you give us an
brand
honest
deal.
review? Like a real honest review. And also name the flavor, how much it cost, everything.
Right. Okay. Honest review, I would give it a 19 out of 10. Oh, no,
Wow.
that was how much it cost.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's
I'd give it like a
fine.
7. It's good. It was really good.
Every time I get an Erewhon smoothie, I like burp up the smoothie for hours after.
So that's
So
what you
be
have to look
prepared.
forward to
Yes.
listen to.
It's one of those things that like tricks you into feeling it's healthy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like you drink it and it's like what I think Jamba
Yeah.
Juice wants to be.
It's like therapeutic language.
Yes. Yes.
You know, tricks you into feeling
Right.
it's
It's not
healthy.
actually helpful. It's
Yeah.
actually probably worse for you overall.
Exactly.
But like you do, it's like it's got something in there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is your first ever Erewhon smoothie.
This is my first ever Erewhon smoothie.
because it's your first ever time in Los Angeles?
No. I actually lived here for a little bit.
Oh,
Everyone's new, to be fair.
that would have been cool.
Erewhon's new.
It's
Erewhon's new.
Nah,
Yeah.
It's for the new. It's for
Well,
us.
you're our first New York comedian that came in from New York just for this podcast.
Just
Said,
in the
didn't you go to
podcast.
New York?
No, sorry, you're right. New York comedian in LA.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Could've
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I'm honored.
That's huge, Esther.
Yeah.
When did you get in?
I got in yesterday.
Whoa.
Just for the podcast. That's
Just
what
for
I'm
the
Just for
doing.
us.
podcast.
You
And I'm
flying
leaving.
tomorrow?
We have to keep this to 4
After
minutes
this.
because I'm
Go
leaving
away.
to the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
She has a show tonight with Dylan Adler.
That's
Wow.
right.
Huge deal.
We love
Yeah.
Dylan. Dylan's great.
Are you pressing a button?
I'll have some clap sounds effects.
Oh,
sound
that's
effects.
what I was
People
hoping you were
are-
doing.
Wait,
are
Dylan
cheering.
and what's the other person on there?
Charlene K.
Charlene. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love their content. Their shit
You
is
know
so
Charlene?
funny. I've seen her on Dylan stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
I
have you
love-
seen that stuff?
Mhm. Oh, absolutely.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, they had a bit Asian trauma off.
So funny.
It was so funny,
good.
and I was like, part 2, let's pitch a Jewish trauma off.
Oh.
Because Dylan's also Jewish,
Yeah.
And you want to be involved.
and I want to be in it. Put
Yeah.
me in your content.
I'll be like, Dylan, what if we have a musical comedian trauma off?
that
Like,
would
talk
be
about
good.
how
Yeah.
hard it is to be a musical
Yeah.
comedian.
And how, is
You
it
would be-
how hard? Like, what do you find? Like,
Extremely hard.
what kind of
Oh, yeah.
discrimination do you face as a musical comedian?
Can't find housing.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
no jobs.
No jobs.
money.
No
Wow.
money. But that's it though.
That's
it.
Everyone's
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah, that's not
otherwise.
terrible,
Yeah, I'll
you
take
know?
it. You know,
Well,
all things considered.
Listeners, Yenta listeners, Esther. Was Esther Jewish?
So
No.
yeah,
It
I
is?
am. Well, okay. So I chose it. I'm Mexican
Okay.
and Jewish.
Amazing.
Mexican Catholic, Jewish, New York.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That was a
Yenta.
great
Yeah.
accent
Thank
right
you.
there.
And my name is actually Estrella,
Oh,
but I go by
pretty.
Esther for short.
Esther for
That's
the
what I was like. When I chose the name, I was like, I'm gonna like on my license plate, I'm gonna be like Estrella because like
Ooh.
I'm a star
Sure.
and like
Yeah.
I know it, you know.
yeah.
And because I'm a trans woman, so I have to name myself after a celestial body.
Of
course.
But Esther, I didn't plan for that to be like, you know, I didn't like mean to connect with the story, but then someone was like, oh, like the story. And I read it and I was like, this is a coming out story.
Yeah, the Purim story
Mhm.
for all of our listeners.
The
Yeah.
Purim story.
The Purim story is a very queer story.
Absolutely.
Do you want to?
Sure.
Do you know it?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I'm
I do.
Jewish
So I'm
so
gonna put it
fast.
on you.
Yeah. Oh my God,
You
yeah,
don't know
okay,
it.
yeah.
You're
I
like King Jew.
I know, but I grew up with it, but like I forgot it.
Hit yourself in the face.
I did.
King Jew.
I was like, the attention's off of me. I'm gonna get it back on me.
How do I steal it away?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Very physical comedy.
I just hit myself in the head with this mic, so I did it to make you feel better.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's the Jewish Halloween,
What are you
right?
doing to make me feel better?
Being myself.
And I feel amazing.
Yay!
What was it? Oh yeah.
Here's
Okay.
the story of Esther and why it's so queer.
Okay, so the story of Esther is a Jew, but it's like shh.
She's a closeted Jew.
She's a closeted
She-
Jew.
no one can know.
In
No
the
one can
Persian
know.
Empire.
Exactly.
Yeah,
In the Persian Empire?
like I don't know when. A long time ago.
Yeah.
When that-
Before Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Yes.
In BJC times.
BJC.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is when I find out you're an evangelical
I
Christian.
am so
This
Christian
podcast
Christine.
is just Jack
Yeah.
converting all my
No.
Jewish listeners to
I'm
evangelical
secretly trying to
Christianity.
convert people into this little known religion called
Yeah.
Catholicism.
Yeah.
Anybody, any
Any
biters?
takers?
Jackson G for Jesus.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. It's tough being a Jew for Jesus.
That sounds really
because
hard.
It's like we're the most discriminated against.
I
You
know.
know, because not only do Christians think we're weird, but the Jews think we're weird. It's no good.
There's
you know?
but there's one person who thinks you're totally rad.
Jesus Christ.
That's right.
You, my little guy.
Yeah.
My special little hubby.
So,
finish this.
Esther.
Yes.
Yeah.
The story of Esther.
The story of you.
So basically my story.
Yeah.
So she's like a Jew, but it's like she's a secret Jew.
Yeah.
And she's in the king's harem. And basically, because I don't want to tell the whole story.
Yeah, no.
Sure.
We don't have to get into the detail. Just the
Basically,
gay part.
she finds out, like her cousin tells her that like the general's gonna kill all the Jews or something. Something people love to threaten doing all the time.
Mhm.
And then she's like, okay, I will, like, let me see what I can do.
Right.
So she like plans a couple dinners for him. And then like at the second or third dinner, she's like, by the way, I'm a Jew. And then he's like, wait a minute, Jews can be hot?
yeah.
Like Jews can make me
Yeah.
horny? That's what you're
I want to
telling
have
me?
sex with a Jew?
Yeah. And so then he's like, oh my God, like we can't kill all the Jews
Nope.
because I might want to have sex with some of them.
Right.
And
That's a dilemma.
mhm.
Man.
So then it's like he allows the Jews to like fight back.
Yep.
It's like, but like they're allowed to
Allows
fight
them
back.
to push back.
Literally.
We're not going to stop.
Literally
but
did something
you
like
can
that.
put up a fight.
Literally. And when I was like closeted, I was like, oh, I can either like stay in this position of like relative privilege. You know what I mean? Like it's all of the, you know, this, I don't want to get into discourse about like pre-transition post, but like,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
No
relative,
politics on the podcast.
no politics
We're not
on the
allowed to talk.
podcast.
We never
We've
talk
never
about.
Right, yeah.
Right, no.
I mean, I haven't listened. Is that a joke?
Yeah, it was
is
a joke. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
well then
Well,
we
it's a
could
queer
talk about it. At
podcast, so
yeah.
we go in and out.
We tend to never
Okay.
discuss politics of gender and sexuality ever.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
So-
Okay. Well, I'll say this.
Say whatever you want to say.
Okay. I'll say
That's
this.
the rule.
Go to Erewhon. You're gonna have an amazing
That's
time
the
if you
one.
go to Erewhon.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's the story.
The
and
most
that's
political
the story
you
of Esther.
could get.
Yeah. And guess what? If you're mad that a woman said that, why don't you check yourself?
Check your privilege.
Yeah.
Check your privilege.
I think that like, was I in this position of privilege when I was like a closeted trans woman, when I was like walking through the world as a white cis man, quote unquote? Like sort of, but also I was closeted, which is its own set of like
Garbage.
garbage
Mhm.
and
Pain.
pain and like kind of being separate from all of the like feeling on the outside of the like privileged things, you know what I mean? What I did have was like this invisibility. Like I was able to just kind of put my head down and like not really be like seen by people. That I really miss. That invisibility sometimes.
Yeah, of just being like
yeah.
a boring person. But that's boring.
It is boring, but it can be a lot, like, especially living in New York when I'm on the subway and stuff. I have a song about this in my solo show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, talk about your solo show called
Esther Updates Her Book.
Esther Updates Her Book. That was in the New York Comedy Festival.
It was in New York Comedy
of 2022.
Festival.
And heads up, I might be doing the Comedy Festival 2023.
No way.
Yes. So
let me know.
We'll schmooze.
Tell me this.
I might. I told you I might.
Oh.
I definitely told you.
Yeah.
That I got connected to someone who's gonna
Oh, you
with the
did
show.
tell me this.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I have a bad memory.
Okay.
And my friend, are you making fun of my pot use?
No, you're sucking tiny dicks.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Little baby carrots.
that really
Cute.
messes with your memory.
It
And that's why I
really
stopped
does.
sucking baby dicks.
Yeah.
Tiny dicks.
You have to. Yeah.
Your show.
So my show, it's
Your
called.
show. Tell us about your show.
Okay, it's called Esther Updates Her Book. I was a musical theater major at the University of Michigan.
Surprise. You don't
This
strike
is
me as
me. Whoa.
Jack was also kind of not theatery at all, but like theater world. Okay.
What?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Esther.
I went to screen acting school, which is acting for
Sass.
film.
Yeah.
It was a little bit douchier. And the people were a little bit prettier and a little less talented.
But just as dumb.
Just as dumb.
Equally dumb.
No,
Let's
but
get that
instead
out
of like
there.
reading Shakespeare monologues, they'd be like, "This is my monologue from There Will Be Blood," and I'm like, "Okay."
Oh. Some people say Paul Thomas Anderson is a modern day Shakespeare.
I think so.
I
Did you
think
see
so,
Boogie
too.
Nights? I'm pretty sure that's just Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, and I would definitely think that Licorice Pizza is his.
Hey,
Romeo and
measure for
Juliet.
measure.
Yes. You know
He's
what?
Romeo and
Shakespeare
Juliet.
all the time had the old people dating young people, and what's licorice pizza? But an old person dating a young person.
Wow.
Have you seen the movie?
I haven't seen any
It's
of these
really
movies.
good, except for the main plot.
Cool. That's also the plot of the new Jennifer Lawrence movie.
Yeah.
An old person dating a young person.
Seems to be a popular theme.
I
It's
don't know
also the
what
plot
that
of my marriage.
Whoa!
I'm kidding.
That's funny. That's good.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
You didn't hear the sound effect, but it was perfect. But what was I gonna say?
Let me finish the
finish.
Esther story,
Yeah.
I think, or did I?
No, you finished
You
the
did.
Esther story.
You were, no, here's the thing. You were almost finished, and then Ray goes, "Oh, you have a solo show."
Oh, no. I was talking about being invisible, missing the invisibility.
You were talking about your experience and something personal, and Ray goes,
Okay,
"Say your show."
I'm gonna shut up.
No. Why don't you tell me about
What's great is before
Your
we
shirt.
started recording,
I
Ray
like your
goes,
shirt.
"Jack, do I shut you down?"
And now you're
And now
doing that to me.
I'm reclaiming the power.
Okay.
I'm taking it over.
I want Esther to have the power.
Okay.
Say what you want to say.
I want to see you be brave. And yes, I am talking to myself.
Yeah.
It's called affirmations.
Yes. That song was for no one but herself.
Yeah.
Mhm,
There's a mirror over there. I'm not looking in the mirror, but you don't have to look in the mirror. There just has to be a mirror in the room. There has to be a mirror in the room when you're doing a self-affirmation.
Yes.
You don't have to be
Always.
looking.
Can
I
you-
just look at myself through my mind's eye.
Whoa.
Well, can you do that actually? Can you what is it? The transcendence?
I was listening to Conan on a podcast yesterday talk about how sometimes when he's on stage, he leaves his body
Dissociates.
and sees himself doing that.
Whoa.
Have you guys ever
I wish I could
experienced
see
that?
myself perform. I
That's
really don't.
interesting. I think maybe in some ways I am extremely aware of myself
Mhm.
and of the audience. But
Yeah.
I don't know if I would say that I leave my body. I actually feel very embodied in a way. This is part of my trans narrative is that I always felt like I never felt embodied except for on stage.
Hmm.
On stage, I felt very and I had a lot of control over my instrument and things like
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
Is
Is that what led you to the stage? Did you go to the stage pre-transition? Yeah, because you
Yeah.
were in theater.
musical theater?
Yeah.
I like had been, I was doing like musical theater since I was like 10 years old.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But I always did like comedic things, but I didn't really do comedy until I started doing comedy in like a little improv in college. And then I actually did Groundlings.
Nice.
I lived out here.
Around the
Groundlings is
corner.
great.
Yeah, Groundlings is fun.
I just
Yeah.
finished the Groundling
Oh, no way.
You did?
Improv Workshop A.
Oh.
All right.
I just finished.
The little baby
I'm in
one.
advanced right now.
Advanced Lab.
You
Yeah,
are?
the thingy. Yeah.
The third.
Yes, the third one.
Okay. So
Wow.
I went through.
Right before the big times.
Okay.
We're not in the big leagues yet.
I finished the big leagues and didn't get past it.
Sure.
Yeah,
They want something very specific.
they do.
And it
They
doesn't
do.
always matter how funny you are.
It doesn't.
What do they want?
You. Yeah.
Thank you for telling them.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Specifically.
They're Improv Workshop A graduate. That's
want-
what they want.
want-
They just
Hey.
plucked me out of A and it
Yeah.
just put me at the
We're going to a main
advanced.
company right now.
Yeah, main.
Hour-long solo shows.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
skip Sunday
All
company
improv.
altogether.
Yeah.
You know what? You're going straight to SNL, kid.
That's
You're going
right.
straight to SNL.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh wow.
Wait, so
Fuck were
you
we saying?
I don't know. This is the best kind of podcast though,
My
where
solo
you just
show?
can't remember where
No, I think
anything is going.
we're still talking about the story of Esther. I don't know if we were, but we
I
can
think
skip
we
that.
finished
We finished that,
We-
Jack.
oh,
Agreed.
I was so enthralled by
Esther
it.
and
Oh, because
I-
I was gonna get into discourse because I was like in my position of relative privilege.
Yes.
I could have stayed there and had this like safety, or I could have come out and like advocated for my people.
Oh, deep.
You know
Holy
what I mean?
shit. Yeah.
And it's
because
like-
she didn't have to say that she was Jewish.
No.
And she put her life at risk
Yeah.
by telling the king
Yeah.
that she was Jewish for the sake
Mhm.
of her people. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's you.
Yeah, that's me. Woo!
We just gave each other a high five.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
And well,
that's,
no, because
like-
a lot of people are
Oh,
listening.
that's true. I don't know
Yeah.
what our numbers are.
We have a lot of
Please
people
not
listening.
share.
Yeah.
We'll talk after the pod.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not gonna. We have a lot of DMs
What
saying
the fuck does that mean?
we have a lot of DMs.
What do they say?
I love your podcast.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I sent them to you.
Wow.
You sent me 2.
Yeah, I gave you a little preview.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a lot.
That's what they said. They said I sent them
Well,
too.
yeah.
No one ever messages me on your podcast.
Yeah, that's true. Why don't you message
You
Jack?
only message Ray. I'm on the
Hey.
show a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Why has no
message
one ever
Jack.
messaged me and said I love Yenta?
I don't know.
Now they will,
Explain that.
Esther.
No,
Yes.
Make sure to tell me when they message you that they love this
I
episode.
absolutely will.
Okay,
But
great.
also like,
Absolutely.
that they love other episodes too. They
Great.
should like bring up past
Let me know
episodes.
any
Yeah.
episode you like,
Yeah.
please. I'm
The Dylan
Yeah.
Adler episode.
yeah.
They're
the
gonna
Dylan
love
Adler,
that
that's
one.
A
You mean the one that we
killer
don't
The
episode.
one that we're gonna film eventually. Dylan, this is our commitment to get you on the podcast.
And I bet he's listening right now.
He is.
Going, oh, bet.
Okay, your solo show. What's your solo show about?
Okay.
Oh, the other thing, and then I'm gonna let you talk.
Yeah.
Is that I've saw on Instagram a few friends of mine from New York went to go see your show and they were just raving about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Who?
Yeah, name names.
fucking.
You don't have friends, do you?
I have no.
You
friends.
were just saying
I'm
that
just
about the
making
podcast.
up
Like,
shit
you have
up.
friends. I
Yeah,
knew
I'm just
it.
trying to hype you
Yeah.
up.
You're so
I'll stop.
sneaky.
Thank you. Yeah.
This is a,
I'll
yeah.
find out. I don't know who it was.
Okay, it's
You're such a
fine.
liar.
I'm
I just
against them.
like I do the show for compliments.
That's
Isn't
isn't that
that
why we all do
why-
it?
Any of us
yeah,
do it?
yeah. I love
Because
compliments.
we like comedy. We like the art of stand-up. That's what, really? You tell me you like theater for the sake of theater?
you're,
No.
you're cracking me up.
No.
No.
Someone said, I think you're good on stage. And I said, that's my college major now. That's what that happened.
What?
Yeah, I lost you as well. But
That-
I was lost in thought. I'm still trying to think about who posted it on their Instagram.
Yeah, keep up, right?
Yeah.
This is the problem. Okay. Esther, what is your show
Yeah,
about?
tell us.
Okay, I would be so glad to tell y'all.
Please.
Okay, so I majored in musical theater, and let's see. When I started transitioning, like I realized that I couldn't sing the same songs that I used to sing anymore.
Sure.
This is like part of my stand-up. I'm like, for a long time, I thought that I was supposed to be Josh Gad, basically. You know, I had 2.
He's great.
He's great,
Yeah.
but I'm not him.
No, you're not.
I had 2 Broadway callbacks in my life. one was for Olaf in Frozen, the other was for Cunningham in Book of Mormon. So the two
Whoa.
Josh Gad roles
Those are
I got
so
callbacks
funny.
for.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Olaf, I feel like, is pretty.
Non-binary.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I realized I couldn't sing the same songs I used to sing anymore. So I started working with musical theater composers that were trans for the most part to like write songs that would like kind of fill out my book as like a trans woman musical theater performer. So we have like an I Want song, and there's like, you know, those songs. How well do y'all know musical theater?
Well,
Not very well.
Okay.
See, that's why I thought you majored in it.
I
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Sorry, I was going to say a thing. No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Do you know those songs where like a girl arrives at the big city and she's like, I'm
Yeah.
happy to be here?
Like
Yeah.
Annie.
Like Annie or like Thoroughly Modern Millie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We have a song like that. That's about like getting to Brooklyn where everyone's a trans woman.
Oh, that's
you
cool.
know?
funny.
We have like, you know, those songs that are like women singing all this innuendo. They're like, the joke that I have when I introduce it is like, they have a big fan and they're like, sex, I've had it. We have one of those, but it's like T for T sex, you know?
Is that the one you posted?
Yes.
Yes, that
Yeah.
one's really funny.
It's called Look Who's Mommy Now.
Love it.
And so it's like an hour of songs like that. And it's like it's my stand up. It's 10 songs. It's my relationship to theater and how it's changed. And it's a lot of fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
It sounds
Wow.
so awesome.
Yeah. And my goal with it, I'm just going to,
What's your manifest it?
I'm trying to get off Broadway in
Okay.
like an Alex Edelman way. Does
Yes.
that, yeah.
I was thinking like Sam Morrison too.
Like Sam Morrison,
Yeah.
Alex Edelman, and then like a 6-week Broadway run.
Sure.
Amazing.
And I'm going to make it happen.
And then
I think so.
transition
I
that
think so,
into
too.
a pilot, obviously.
Or something like that.
Or
maybe
or
a movie.
film feature.
Yeah.
Feature film?
A film feature.
There's no features anymore. Everyone does pilots. I want to see a good movie.
I
love movies.
So are you dreaming more movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd love to make movies.
Yeah.
Are you still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A musical theater movie.
A musical movie.
It actually makes
Does
more
not
sense.
happen.
Yeah.
But honestly, like the movie musicals, I'd love to see a movie musical that like feels contemporary, not because they're like,
Sure.
yeah, now it's all like hyper pop music, but because it's like talking about contemporary things. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Well, I feel like all the movie musicals right now are just Broadway shows that they turn
There's
into
very
musicals.
few
Yeah.
original movie
Yeah.
musicals that are, like,
Yeah.
written for film.
Yeah.
You know, it was like Pride and Prejudice and Zombie. It was like a zombie movie a little while ago that was a good musical.
Anna and the Apocalypse.
Anna and the Apocalypse.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that was like the last one I'd seen. But like there's none.
There's
I
really
can't
none.
like, think of like any original musicals.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Which is
Yeah.
a little bummer. Because I don't know. I don't know about you, but I don't always know if Broadway shows should be adapted.
No,
film.
usually they
I mean,
shouldn't.
especially
Yeah.
because I think that like you're building it for an audience. And I think
Right.
It's weird to try
It
to like
is.
round it.
Like,
when
did you
it's-
guys see the In the Heights movie?
I
Terrible.
did
It was
not
so
like
bad.
it. I was so
I know.
bummed. Yeah.
I wanted to
Which was
love it
sad.
so much.
It felt like kind of like recuperation, the movie.
A little bit.
You know, like there
Yeah.
were like all these like speeches by Democratic senators in it now or
Uh-huh.
whatever. And there was like, it also was shot. I was like, why are you ashamed of the fact that you're a musical? Are you like,
Yeah.
show us these dancers?
Yeah.
Like they kept cutting and it was like edited like an Old Navy commercial. I was like, stay on the dancers. They did
Yeah.
all this work
Mm.
and I can't even come. I thought the West Side Story movie was so good because like that, like let these dances play out, you know? It's like
Right.
that's cinema, baby.
I didn't get to see that one.
Oh, that was great.
I'm going to. I have
You
to
weren't
see it.
allowed.
Yes. I
Yeah.
wasn't allowed.
Yeah.
I was too young.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah,
old-
I'm
It's
really
scary.
young.
It's
yeah,
scary.
yeah, yeah. My
Yeah,
mom
it's
didn't let me
mature
see it.
themes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
gangs, love. Wow.
Wow.
Forbidden. We're mind
A
melding.
little bit here. We're Meisnering. That's a
1,
theater term.
2, 3.
Potato.
Potatoes.
Whoa. Okay, great. You won.
We won at acting.
You
That's
won
what
at
it is.
acting.
You win. Somewhere at the
Oscar.
end of the stage,
Oscar.
They win.
Yeah.
Esther, I'm having so much fun. Are you having
Oh,
fun?
I'm having so much fun.
Okay, great.
You ask every guest if they're enjoying themselves as if they're going to be like, I hate this.
Would you rank
Yeah.
me as one of your best podcasts so far?
In the last hour, yes, for
I
sure.
think so. At least top one.
Yes.
At least top
At
one.
least.
Wow, I like those odds.
You're in good company.
Can we talk about, because I have a lot of Jewish listeners,
Mm.
because this podcast is called Yenta,
Yeah.
in case you forgot. You know what Yenta means? It means gossip.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know
Well,
that.
I saw she was struggling a little, so I didn't
Yeah.
want to put her on the spot.
Yeah.
What were you
I
going to
was a
say?
little-
What were you going to say?
I was gonna say matchmaker.
Yeah,
but
that's what most
a
people say.
different- Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it is a, you know what? We're going with matchmaker. It means matchmaker
Okay.
now.
It means matchmaker now.
Yeah.
Wow, we're just changing the podcast.
We're changing the podcast. It's
Yeah.
gonna,
Gossip to find. We're gonna find love.
yes.
We're gonna find you some love.
Esther, are you dating anyone?
I am dating someone.
What? How did we wait this long to get there? Tell us everything now. Now.
Okay. So their name is Tani.
Hot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they are they're also half Jewish and half something else.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is the other half?
Okay.
Thai.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is, you don't see that a lot.
You don't see that one
Yeah.
as often.
Yeah.
And
I'm allowed to say that I'm Jewish.
you're allowed to say that you're Jewish.
Yeah.
You're
know.
allowed
It's
to
true.
say-
You're
you're allowed to say that. Yeah.
Me, not allowed.
Yeah.
I say I'm
No.
Jewish, I get canceled.
But what's interesting is you're allowed to see West Side Story.
Well,
But you're not allowed to see West Side Story, but you're allowed to say you're Jewish. I'm allowed to do everything I
I
want.
know. You're like really just living in the world.
I
you know?
love the world and living in it.
Yep. West Side Story and being Jewish, crazy.
Okay, so Tani,
Yes.
tell us about them.
Okay.
How did you meet? How long have you been together?
We've been together for about 4 months now.
That's forever.
It's a long time
In-
for
long
trans
time.
people.
In
Yeah.
queer New York
Yeah.
dating, you're
Yeah.
married. That's
And the thing,
I've actually never heard the upstairs person when recording before.
I hear them all the time. Listen, Jacob
the
got this
upstairs
part.
person,
Upstairs.
Jesus Christ.
You mean God?
That's the
Hashem
one.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu?
Say that.
Say it again.
Say that. Okay.
4 months.
So yeah,
How did you meet?
we met because we both went to Michigan for musical theater and are trans.
Oh,
Wow.
whoa.
Yeah.
Did you know each other in Michigan?
No,
Oh, okay.
they're younger than me,
Oh, hot.
and I know
Like how much?
they're 24,
How old are you?
31.
Oh,
I know.
That's
I
a
know.
fun age gap.
It's an age gap,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I'm like worried that everyone's gonna cancel me, but
Fuck it.
you're not. That's not that
It's
crazy.
past. It's okay.
Also,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. It's
I
past.
feel like
I'm mostly
when you
just
hit-
scared.
Honestly, I feel
No,
like,
you can't be
I'm
canceled.
always scared.
Everyone's always
I feel like when you're
scared.
24,
Yeah.
you can date any age. I think
That's
that's
true.
like the good cutoff.
I'm 28 and I dated a 42-year-old.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
How was that
She
experience?
did not get canceled, so
Well,
you'll
great.
be good.
Well,
I'm gonna be good.
It was good. I actually really enjoyed it.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
but tell us. Okay, so
Okay.
so
Okay. So
younger.
here's something like they're younger. Something that I like noticed when I started dating as a woman that like frankly sort of disturbed me was like
everything.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Well, I
it's
just felt like people, even if the people I was dating were non-binary, were women, they like there was more of a sense of entitlement to me.
as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In a way that I didn't really feel when I was dating as a man.
Tell us more.
There was just like more of an expectation that I would give them a certain amount of attention or time or things like that,
Uh-huh.
even if I had set the expectation.
Sure.
And so with Tani, because here's the thing, like for me, dating is fun, but it's like always going to come second to the work.
That's a struggle that I'm facing very
It's
much
hard.
so. Yeah.
It's hard.
really
It's
hard.
such an all-consuming career a little bit.
It really is. You need every night.
Right.
I was
which is
just talking
good.
to my therapist about this.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, she had me draw a circle pie of like everything that I'm doing in my life.
Yeah.
And it's so much. And
Uh-huh.
like dating was like this little sliver.
You
Yeah.
You get like covered with like daytime dates. And I don't
Daytime.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like the only
Yeah.
time I'm free, I guess.
That's pretty good. You can go to the Grove. Have you been to the Grove yet, Esther?
I actually went about an hour ago.
Yeah,
It's right
next to
here.
everyone.
It's right there.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's so beautiful.
I love the
Yeah,
grove.
I don't have a dress yet for this wedding that I'm going to on Saturday, so I need to find a dress.
The Grove is a rough place to look.
Yeah, it's
It was
really
scary.
overpriced.
It's so
was scary and
expensive and
overpriced,
very hoity-toity, but it's really fun as like
it is
It's a
fun
really
to go.
tourist place.
it's a really
I think.
like
Yeah.
it's just
You know,
so
like an AMC,
manufactured.
Barnes and Noble. I don't know if they have those in New York anymore.
Yeah,
They
they ran out. It's
Have
all Amazon
them
Go
a little,
now.
but not really much.
Yeah, no.
A little. They're tiny.
They're thriving here
That's
in
awesome.
LA, in the LA community.
That's awesome.
Okay, so you met Tawny,
Yes.
and how did you start dating?
Well, it was like it was very like lesbian in that we went to like a few coffees over a year.
Okay,
And then like those coffees would end up being 4 to 5 hours long. And then the last one was so long that we also got drinks and then went back to my house. And I was like, wait, do you want to kiss? And they were like, yeah. And
Did
the
you
rest
ask?
just, I did.
I like
Oh.
that.
Yeah. And
And now you're
now we're together.
in love.
I mean,
You're
yeah.
so bold, Ray.
No pressure.
I definitely
Okay,
like
Tawny, we talk about this later.
No, you already said it. You can't back down.
Announce it on the podcast. Are you in love?
we say I love you.
What?
Yeah. We say I love you.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Big.
It's a big
Well,
deal.
I have never been with anyone that's like as kind to me
Aw.
as Tawny is. And like Tawny's very like reliable, kind, trustworthy, all these things that just help me feel so safe.
Mm.
And
I love love.
it's really, really, really lovely. And they're just like, they're always there for me. And it's like, and it just makes me feel really like they help me feel really stable,
Yeah.
you know?
In a very unstable career.
Yeah.
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 It's so nice when you have someone who, like, after you're done with shows and you can go home to them and you just like know that they love
Yeah.
you. I don't have this person, but I can imagine that is really nice.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It
Yeah.
is. And we're also non-monogamous.
Oh,
Okay.
extra fun.
Yeah.
Thank God. Yeah.
And they're very like again, it was like in previous partnerships we were non-monogamous, but like with one it was like every time that I did something wrong, you know, and it was like, are we
It
non-monogamous?
wasn't
Like
really non-monogamy.
you're
It
mad at
was
me.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
It's non-monogamy mixed with jealousy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Tawny is not that way.
Wow.
Like Tawny genuinely like doesn't feel that ownership over me. You know what I mean? That's really what is
That's
like
great.
really special
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it. Like I was really upfront at the very beginning. I was like, I like you a lot and I want to be with you. But like I have this like the most important thing for me in my life is that I achieve these goals that I want to achieve,
Mhm.
that I like become this person that I want to become. Because like to be in comedy, to be successful in comedy already takes so much.
Yeah.
To be a trans woman and then be successful in comedy takes so fucking much
Mhm.
that like anyone who's going to come on board into my life has to understand that they're going to be second to that. And I was like, come along. I want you on the ride. I want you there. But like, this is what my life is, you know? And
How
they
did
were like,
they
okay.
Yeah.
They told me that they like teared up a little. They were like, that sounds great. You know? Yeah.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Are they going to be like, you're going to go out and make the money and they're going to like take care of the kids?
Oh my God.
I know
Okay,
we're
now
like going
that's
so
getting too
far in
I
advance.
don't know. I don't know.
Prodding and prodding.
Yeah.
What's great is they don't ask any other guests this personal question. They've never.
Well, now I'm leaning into my
They join
Yenta.
into meeting someone being like, "Are you in love with your current partner? You want to have kids with them?"
And
I don't know if I want kids at all.
That's totally fair.
Yeah. But I could,
But they're along for the ride.
but they're along for the ride.
So that's all that matters.
I
And
could
you
see
have that
sharing this
person.
with them for a long
like,
time.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you stumbled upon a child on accident and like an 8-year-old just like
Happens.
Walked
you
into
there's
your
like,
house.
Yeah.
I need a home.
Some sort of precocious orphan
Yes.
with an attitude.
I imagine all the time in New York, there's always just children being like, I need a parent.
Yep.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, definitely.
And they
I
come
would
with
say
their
own
almost
papers.
definitely.
I know a lot of people looking for mommies.
Oh, and that's the title of your song.
That is. Yeah.
It's about that.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about me talking to an orphan.
We're gonna transition to our little secrets.
Okay.
A little secret time.
Okay.
Esther, are you prepared?
Okay. Here's the
Got it.
thing. I have a secret, but I simply can't tell it.
Interesting.
It's
That's a
too
really good
big.
secret.
the tough.
It's too big.
That's a really good secret.
Yeah,
so
it's a great one.
let me think about.
Can you give us a hint?
It's a family secret.
Oh, this is what. Oh.
So I don't even know if I can give you a hint.
Okay.
Yeah, would we be able to like understand?
Let me think of another one.
Cool.
What
It's like
types
a
of
deep,
secrets
dark
do
secret
people?
that people have like treasure buried in the backyard, like that kind of secret?
Different.
Yeah.
Where he's like, you
Yeah.
can't say, but can you give us any one of these?
Can you give us longitude, latitude?
Yeah, like tell us where it happened, when
Where's
it happened,
the
with who.
money?
Wait, what types of secrets do people do?
All
give here?
kinds.
All kinds.
Really?
We are struggling with secrets.
I'm
here,
having
Ray.
a tough time. That's why I'm putting it on you first.
Listeners don't always know this, but we record these podcasts in clumps. And
Yeah,
Okay.
don't
Say that?
give away the secret.
I have a sort of secret. I have a
That's a
secret.
good secret that we don't need
Yeah.
this live.
And it's going to be really vulnerable. Are you
Okay.
ready for a vulnerable secret?
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
I
ready.
was just rejected romantically like 2 days ago
Ooh.
by someone that I had a big crush on.
Oh no.
That's
Yeah.
a great secret.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us the
What
story.
happened?
So this is a person that I work with.
What do you do?
I write with.
Oh, okay.
sometimes. And I had a crush on them. But here's the thing. I do this so much. This is where I should have known that I was a lesbian the whole time
Mm.
because I'm always falling in love with my best friends.
Mm.
I'm doing nothing but falling in love with my best friends.
Straight breast friends? That's my problem.
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Straight best friends, bi best friends, gay best friends.
Just all the best friends.
I'm just falling in love with my best friends.
Ugh, lesbians.
Yeah.
The worst.
And this person, we had shared all these moments. I was like, sure, there was like some sort of
Connection.
connection.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, there was a connection, but not that.
How did you do it? You were like, I have
It
feelings
was so
for you.
terrible.
Were you
It
drunk?
was so terrible. I was.
Good.
I was drunk.
I feel like that's the way you have to
I
do
really
it.
don't drink very often unless I'm like nervous around you
Yeah.
specifically.
Oh,
You're
I see.
wasted right now.
And I'm wasted right now because
We
I
can
Wow.
have crushes on both of you.
You're
You're so nervous to
Yeah.
be with us.
Yeah.
So you were drunk and you said, hey.
I said, since I'm drunk, I'm going to say this, like, I have a crush on you. I like have had a crush on you. And then I was like, you inhaled. What were you going to say? Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's tough.
Yeah, I know.
That's really tough.
I like knew coming out. I knew as the words were coming out, I was like, it's not gonna.
It's good to know.
You know
It's
what I
good to
mean?
know.
But I had to. This is a thing that I'm like, God, like, I'm like, sometimes I feel like I just have to say it. So because this thing is on my brain, and like, I don't even know if I really want any sort of romantic thing, but I just have to say it,
Yeah.
and then I can move on.
I'm so with you on that.
You know what I mean?
100%.
It's
And I
closure
think-
a little bit. It's like just to like know.
Yeah.
I think it's also a stand-up mentality of like, I just have to get this out
Yeah.
and I have to like take this risk and have this rush of energy,
Right.
Yeah.
this adrenaline to like say this thing that's terrifying,
Yeah.
and then I can move on.
And
Or
then I
just
can move on.
stay in
And
it.
I actually feel like now my relationship with this person can flourish even more.
Yes, 100%. Now you're
Right.
like even closer in a way.
Exactly.
Well, now you know
Yeah.
exactly what it is. There's no, you know what I mean? You're not
Exactly.
You're not like, oh, what if? Blah, blah, blah. It's
Yeah.
like, I know.
Yeah.
We can go from here.
Yes.
Exactly.
Would
Yeah,
we
yeah.
know
Yes.
this person?
I don't think you would.
Oh, okay.
So then you can say their name on the podcast.
Yeah, and their
right?
address.
and the home phone number,
I don't
Oh, sure.
state
know.
of origin.
Okay, here's the thing. I would share more, but like I learned that people listen to these podcasts. You know what I mean?
It is always surprising.
Yeah,
it
is
is
always
like,
surprising.
what? Are people actually listening
It
to
is a
this?
shame
Yeah.
that like we have people that watch. You know,
One of the first podcasts that I ever did, I started like airing this shit about like how I like what I think about like my exes, like what I think, like just shit that I think about my exes. And then someone was like, "That was crazy that you said that." I was like, "Wait,
You listen?
wait,
What? That was being recorded?
Yeah.
That whole
we
time?
can't cut that, can we?
Those
No,
cameras
it's live.
were real?
yeah, no,
Yeah.
because I'm like, I would never listen to a friend's podcast. Sorry,
No, don't listen.
No.
sorry.
I hope
You know?
nobody
I
is
don't listen to
listening to
this
this.
Yeah,
Me neither.
I listen to podcasts of people I don't know talking about some sort of special interest of mine.
Yes.
Trains, no.
Train.
Like movies or
Spiders.
like spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know?
Comedy.
Comedy. Yeah.
Movies,
not like-
spiders and comedy.
Yeah.
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 A little trio.
You have something to say about that?
I like one of them.
Spiders.
I'm a big spider.
I'm a big spider.
Name
I'm
your
a big
favorite
spider.
3 types of spiders.
Yeah, if you're such a big spider.
Can I say, okay, this is actually controversial. I do hate spiders.
What?
But I'm well knowledgeable about spiders because of my hatred for them. It's like a very like hate watch thing.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I do know a lot about spiders because I'm always like, I want to know more so I can find something to hate.
So I can fight them off.
Yeah,
I know each one's weakness.
Right, exactly. And
Yeah.
like, you know, what to say to them to get them to back off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a big orb spider fan.
I don't want to know more.
Esther's the guest. We
Okay,
cut it
we
there.
talk about something
Oh,
else.
yeah.
This is the
scared.
first question I was asked. I'm going to be
Yeah.
shutting the fuck up. Okay. My special interest is not good.
Yeah.
That was a good secret.
Thank God, because I did not have two
Yeah.
more spiders.
Thank
That was
you.
a good secret, Esther.
And you know what? It's like, I'm like, I hate when that happens, but I also feel okay about it because I'm like, you're not supposed to have that relationship with everyone.
Mm.
And like, I don't know. I will say, I really want to date a woman.
Hmm.
I want to date another trans woman.
Okay. Is the person now that you're seeing non-binary?
Yeah, they're non-binary. Like,
It doesn't matter.
like no, I mean, it's like I just like again, there's a term I hate, but I'll say it since I'm around trans people. Are you trans?
Yes.
Okay, great. Are both of
That's
y'all's pronouns
yes.
just they them? Uh-oh.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. They she.
They she.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They she.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay.
are you on-
Jack, that's new.
That's a new thing.
Yeah.
That's a new
Wow.
thing.
We're announcing
Yeah.
that on the
That's
pod.
not, how long? When's this gonna come out? When's the estimate?
Like maybe in a month.
Okay, yeah, that's a good enough time, I think.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow, that's
Okay,
huge.
Can I ask, like,
Go
just
ahead.
you want to get on the moans?
I've had long talks
On
Yeah.
the
with my
moan.
little therapist about it.
Yeah.
It's less of like, I mean, you know what? Fuck it. For the pod, yes.
Yeah.
Realistically, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
A lot of research, a
Mhm.
lot of things to learn, a
Mhm.
lot of money that's got to be spent.
Really?
And I think that, like, I mean, it's not like important to me now, but I do think that, like, you know, like investing in like a sperm bank or like stuff
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, like,
I froze some sperm.
Getting, like, it's just a lot of what?
I froze some sperm.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, it is.
And it's like something I do want. It's like I don't care now, but it is something I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, I do think that's something to know. And I may not care now, but I may care when I'm 40, and I don't want
Yeah.
to rob myself of a potential option.
1,000,000%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also just like lack of like there's so many physical like specificities that like are like I would like to go over it with like a doctor for a while. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If that makes sense.
Totally. But what do you mean?
like I haven't like the only person I've talked to about it is like my therapist.
Okay.
And so I'd like to actually like see a doctor.
Is
and
your
be
therapist like a queer, trans, knowledgeable
No,
therapist?
they know quite a bit.
Okay.
But like they were like, you should go to like LGBTQ clinics and like, you know, just like ask questions. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm at the phase where I'm like, I'm pretty darn sure I'm just like, the specificity is where I'm looking
Totally.
for.
Totally.
You know? It's
yeah.
so ridiculously overwhelming.
It's insane, and it's like pretty scary. And I got my hormones, and I didn't take the first one until like basically a month after I had just had them on my drawer, on my counter.
Sure.
I was like, hey there, old friend. And then like finally I took them, you know? And I will say that for me, the day that I started hormones, it was like the best antidepressant that I ever took in my life.
It's like immediate.
Not the feelings, but like I immediately had this, like not the physical sensations, but I immediately had this feeling of my life is moving forward. I've made a decision, and it's like, I'm like doing this thing that like has scared me. Like finally it's happening. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of effects. And the first year's so deeply overwhelming. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
life is like medically transitioning makes your life a lot more complicated. But for me, it was and continues to be like the only way that I can imagine having any sort of future, like any sort of happy future. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love you.
Thank you.
Already.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can cut this
Give them a little huggy hug.
I'm a little overwhelmed only because I'm like now like, oh yeah, this gets aired. It's it's like yeah. You know, I've been not to make the podcast about me.
It's the you podcast. You're the guest now.
That's
We're
right.
just the co-host.
This is my secret.
Yeah.
It's obviously I've thought about this for years and years and years at this point. Not years and years and years, but like seriously for like a while. And I'm like at the point where I'm like, all right, either shit or get off the pot because you can't keep going back and forth. And it's now that I'm like, okay, time to start making these moves. It's like a combination of like incredibly terrifying, incredibly vulnerable, and like just like the prospect of like having to tell all the people I love, and like, you know, having like also more so having to tell the people I don't love, and like you know, just like it's like a whole redo. And it's overwhelming is just the word, not in a bad way, just in a way of like, you know what, I gotta take it as it comes a little bit.
Can I ask how old you are?
24.
Okay.
25. 25.
25?
Happy birthday.
No, it was a month ago. It's not.
Happy recent birthday.
It's not recent enough that I should.
We went to Dave and Buster's for their
Oh my
birthday
God.
party.
Kill, fuck, marry, Dave and Buster's.
I'm gonna fuck the shit out of the ant.
Oh, you
Oh,
bet.
baby. That
Go
ampersand.
hard on that
Sexy,
ant.
so curvy.
Ooh, yes.
I don't like Dave. I would kill Dave.
I so disagree.
Buster.
Did you hear this?
Cute
Kill
non-binary
Dave.
name.
Yeah, right.
What?
No.
Are you a Dave fan?
You marry Dave.
Why?
Because
Buster just sounds like home.
Buster's annoying.
I feel like Dave's the business one,
I
and
think-
Buster's like the one that's like, we should have Angry Birds. Like, you know?
Buster's the non-binary one.
Right.
Yeah.
Why?
And Dave's like the old guy in Wall Street.
I don't know if I want a Dave. He seems capitalist. He's like the one who's like, we should get the cards. And Buster's just like, we should have fun in games.
I don't know. I feel like maybe Buster's one of those people. Buster's like a Disney adult. Buster's like, I'm innocent and I'm fun, but like, it's because you don't have a personality.
Sure. Okay. You know?
Kill Buster.
Yeah, I realized that this was like, you were like, very fuck, marry, kill, and it was like you were judging me on my answers this heavily.
Well,
We just
I
had this,
judge
like,
everything
deep-
that ever comes out of your
We just had
mouth.
this deep-
Beautiful
we had this
segue.
deep heart to heart, and then I go, I'd marry Buster, and you're like, you know what? You better not fucking transition.
Yeah.
We don't want you anymore.
Yeah.
You
Like,
motherfucker.
you can transition, but if so, then I'm
You'll
detransitioning.
never be one of us.
I'm out of
We'll
here.
be in the same group.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fine. Sorry, I'll shut the fuck up for this podcast. me and Buster
You're,
will
and
go
you're the
away.
guest.
Huh?
Yeah.
But you're the guest on the podcast now.
Am I? Okay.
Do you have a secret this time?
Yeah.
I
But it
do.
has to
Are
be
you
as
done with
big
your
as
secret?
ours.
Yeah, that was a real. I can't beat that one.
Why didn't me? I had another secret, and it was about poker. I don't know why.
We forced you into that one.
We forced you.
Yeah.
Sorry, you can force us into
Like, stuff.
stuff.
People were like, "What are your pronouns?" I'm like, "It's such a complicated
It's
question."
so hard.
I'm like, I could easily just be like, "They them," but I'm like, it's so hard. I don't know.
No,
Well,
I
that's
feel that
usually
way,
a
too.
sign of you
Something's up.
being more trans than you like.
I hate it. Stop asking me.
Well, okay. I mean, I don't know. Do any of the trans LA comics have this joke? Because one thing I'm finding is that there's a show in New York called T for T.
Yeah.
It's like a trans, it?
That Maudie puts on.
No, Maudie puts on a different one.
Oh,
the
my
Maudie's
bad.
Big Gay Talent
Okay,
Show.
who puts on T for T?
Ella Uhrman and Aaron Dugan.
Ella. Okay,
Yeah.
I met Ella at a show I did there.
Adore
Yeah,
Ella. Yeah.
She's great.
And it's like they did this thing with like 40 different trans comics, and everyone did like a minute. As
That's so
I was
cute.
like, oh, so we're doing I Don't Think So Tranny. That's what. Okay, never mind. No one's laughing. I hope
Is that a
you
musical
got it.
theater?
Oh yeah, right. I mean,
joke?
but you didn't laugh big enough. I was like, this
I'm
is
sorry.
the funniest thing that I've ever said.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Comedians never
It was
laugh
so funny.
hard.
Let's just go rewind. Say it again. Say it again.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, before
So
you-
I'm
you
sorry.
wanna explain it to Ray.
No, it's fine. I don't need to explain it.
Okay, you don't need the explanation. You don't even need to know what it means.
I'm just gonna laugh.
You're just gonna
I'm
laugh.
ready
Okay.
to laugh.
So I said, you mean I don't think so, tranny?
Wow, that was so funny.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
No,
you.
walk off. Go home. You're done.
Goodbye.
You're done.
That was your
Goodbye.
closer.
Thank you.
You're
Yeah.
done.
Does she have an Erewhon smoothie? She's on.
What? You're crazy.
But I was like,
yes, the
okay,
show.
so there were like all these trans comics here. We all did a minute. And one of my
Sure.
jokes was like, I was like, like, I'm so heartened because I'm like, we're going to win. Like trans people, I know we're going to win
Mhm.
because the right, like when it comes to comedy, they only have one joke about us, right? Like I identify as. But as that night showed with all those trans comics, we have 4 or 5.
Yeah.
We have 4 or 5 jokes and we use them well. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're good jokes.
They're good
They're
jokes.
good
jokes.
Everyone has their pronoun joke, right? But do y'all have like the pronoun pipeline joke? Does anyone talk about that?
I've seen that, but I don't have it.
One of my jokes is
yeah.
like, I'm like, my pronouns are she, her, the bravest pronouns there are. But I got there through the he, him to he, they to they, them to she, her pipeline.
Yes.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a little more to it, but I'm not going to go into it today.
I've seen that one. If you think you posted that one.
Oh, did I?
Wait, could you do your
Oh,
app
yeah.
right now? Just all
Yeah.
hour of it.
I give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Herald Square.
Wow.
That was
Thank you.
You were ready.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Jack, for asking her to do
Yeah.
that.
You know, I'm
Thanks.
also a host.
Yeah.
Okay,
Also has questions.
I'm going to say my secret, which is inspired by your secret.
Is it that you are starting hormones?
3 for 3. Let's go. Come on,
Oh,
Ray.
no.
Come on, Ray. 3 for 3. And I can
Let's
do it.
go.
You
You're
can't
not
do
being
it.
loud enough. We're doing it together on the podcast.
Same
You
time.
like
We
it.
both transitioned
We should,
during the
yes,
whole
we
podcast.
weekly we gotta do it. We do the podcast. I take my needles.
Yeah.
I know.
Hook your arms or do like a Lady in the Tramp.
Yes. Just
Yeah.
with like,
Oh, that's unpleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the new poster for the pod. Us with the
Oh,
needle.
wow.
No.
That's really powerful.
that is really good. We should do that.
That-
Yeah. Anyway, what's
All
your
right,
secret?
my
When you
secret
do- when you
is
do start.
inspired by the rejection secret that you had, which is that I was rejected for a threesome at a club, which I was really upset about.
Recent?
It was when I was in Tel Aviv. So maybe like
Oh,
a month, yeah, like 2 months ago.
Damn.
that's tough.
It was
I'm so
it
sorry.
was tragic.
Did you even get a twosome out of it?
No,
Oh,
I went home
no.
alone.
That's
I know, and it was me and this couple, and they were hot, and they were being like flirty, and then, but it was kind of that thing that you almost described, where it was like, as I was asking them, I knew they were gonna say no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
It was like I saw it, and I was just like futile, but I felt really good about asking.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I felt like shit, But then I was like, yes, I did it anyway. And
Well, you know what my mom always says?
yes, tell us.
What's your mom say about threesomes?
I
My
love
mom always
it.
says, threesomes a crowd.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She always says, you already have the no.
Like, you know.
No. N-O.
Yeah.
So ask. Maybe you can get the yes. You already have the no.
I see.
So smart.
You know?
They're already going to say no to you. Be surprised by
No,
that.
it's like
Well, like you are living in the reality of the
Oh,
no.
right.
It's not.
Exactly.
It's like if you don't try, you'll definitely fail.
Exactly.
And I'm sure she meant that in
About threesomes.
And she meant that about threesomes.
She
Yes.
was like,
Well,
honey,
actually, she
She's
didn't.
the threesome
She didn't know
expert.
people could say no to threesomes, so she didn't mean it about threesomes because
Sure.
she's gotten a yes to every
she's
request
like,
she's had in her life. You
wait,
know?
you're asking someone for a threesome? I just go, threesome, and it happens.
Is she still in Houston?
She is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big threesome scene out there, I hear.
Yeah, they call it the threesome capital of the world.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why do you think the state's so big for all the threesomes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. How do they
The
fit
state's
all
so
the
big
threesome?
they can fit every threesome you could ever imagine.
You have to go to Houston to have a
I go to
threesome.
South by
Yeah.
Southwest for the threesomes.
Mm-hmm.
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 I would love to go. I've never been.
Well, threesome
No, I'm going.
county.
Yes. Is your whole family still in Houston? That's
Everyone
just from
but
Houston.
me.
We didn't talk about
I'm
that.
from Houston,
Are they-
Texas.
Yeah.
Are they,
Howdy, y'all.
you know,
For
are
all of
they
our
like
Texas-
cool Houston, or are they like
They're cool, Houston.
Okay.
Definitely like coming out was a journey, but they're all pretty supportive now. And sometimes it's like, you know, it's like silly the ways that they show their support. They're like, look, and they'll send like a picture of my niece who's like 3 wearing like a rainbow shirt saying love is love. And I'm like, you're so right about that. That's so real.
Points.
my
All
favorite
the
thing?
stars. 5
Yeah.
stars.
Yeah.
Yes.
I told my family I was queer like 2 years ago, and ever since, my sister will just send me every Dylan Mulvaney TikTok that she has ever posted, and I'm like, thanks, sis. Yes, I know her. Yeah,
Do you actually know her?
she was actually ever at the first open mic I ever did at
No
Tao.
way.
If you were to Tao,
course I know Tao.
comedy?
doing comedy, doing stand up,
Was it, how many days of girlhood was she in?
but pre all of it. This was before she
No
blew up
way.
and everything. Yeah. I don't know
Wow.
if she still does it.
I don't
I
know
don't
who
if she
she
still
is.
wants to do it.
I don't know either.
I mean, you know, I don't. I think she's well beyond needing to do stand-up comedy a
Definitely.
little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, my first ever open mic, Dylan Mulvaney was at.
No way.
And so I go, yeah, I know her. We're pals. We're
Yeah.
friends. We're besties.
LOL. She's the space that she takes up in my brain.
Really.
Oh,
You know
do you
what I
like
mean?
her?
Um.
Like in a crush way or like
Oh
a...
no. I mean,
Oh.
well, shit. Like
I mean,
she's
ow. Oh my
beautiful.
God.
She's really
Yeah.
hot. I do think.
I have to look her up after this.
Oh my God, she's funny.
Yeah, she
I
really
feel like
is.
I've probably seen her. I
Her,
just
like,
don't remember.
recent them photo shoot was
Yeah.
really hot.
Yeah.
Really
agreed.
hot.
Agreed.
Really hot.
Agreed. But like, you know, I feel a certain way about her. Like, she's just she's an influencer. It's like there's no TikTokers that I'm so inspired by your work. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
are you a TikToker?
No.
Okay.
I mean, yes. I am
Okay.
on
You're an
TikTok.
Instagrammer.
sure. You're an Instagrammer.
You're an Instagrammer.
I post,
Instagrammers blow me away.
I post on Insta. We're the same level of Instagrammer.
yeah, I know,
what
we
are you
are,
talking
yeah.
about?
Yeah.
You're an Insta.
Yeah.
You blow yourself away. That's what you're
I
saying.
blow myself away.
Wow.
Hot.
But I will say that like Dylan Mulvaney, I will fight for her. That's how I feel about Dylan Mulvaney. I'll fight for Dylan Mulvaney. And I'll never say a bad word in public.
Dylan, you
never.
heard it here
But-
first.
Yep.
Esther's gonna slide
'Cause, you
into
know,
your DM.
Dylan
Where does she
Mulvaney-
live?
LA.
She's in New
Oh,
York now, doesn't she?
She lives in New York
I'm
now.
pretty sure.
Bye guys, thank you.
Everything she posts is like her, like getting ready for Broadway, and like she had her big 365 thing
But that
in
was
New York. And
I think she lives in LA. But she like is in New York a lot.
well, while
I
you're
think she's
here,
like rich enough that she kind of can do both.
I
Yeah.
think so too.
You know, throw some Seattle in the mix.
Get
maybe.
you a
I
girl
don't
who
know.
can do
Who can
both
go to both
and who can
cities.
afford FFS in the first year of her transition.
Ah.
I'm
Power to her.
Mm.
getting-
Power to her.
getting FFS August 10th.
Wow.
I'm so excited about
Mazel
that.
tov.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So maybe by the time this comes out, I'll have.
August. Yeah, honestly, it might.
All right,
like around that
cool.
time.
Yeah,
This could be
exciting.
your celebration podcast episode.
Yeah.
To
Woo!
Esther. Okay, Esther, we're gonna wrap up soon because
Okay.
it's been some time.
Oh, what time is it?
I have no idea actually.
4:17. Do you have somewhere to be?
Not really. But
You can cancel.
This is more important.
We should still definitely wrap up if that's what's right.
Well,
I'll get another hour.
we're gonna wrap up soon. We're gonna finish up with some advice questions.
Oh yeah, okay.
From our
let's do that, let's do
listeners.
that. I'm excited.
Our
I'm excited.
Yenta listeners who
Ray
write
chooses one and I
in.
choose one, right?
Okay.
Jack can choose one.
I'm allowed to choose one.
Jack always picks the weirdest ones.
I'm so
Yeah, the most interesting ones. There was one last week. Someone was like, "Do I become a clown or a musical theater major?" And I was like, "Honey."
clown.
But she was also like, "I can only be a clown if I'm in France. I can only do musical theater in London." And I was like,
What?
What
"No."
did we say?
I was like, first of all, you can do clowning anywhere, but you can only do musical theater in London.
That I agree with.
So yeah, it's not a French thing to say.
No. Hamburg apparently has like a theater, musical theater. Okay.
You looked at
Okay.
me as if like, "Oh, yeah, you know
Hamburg, come
Yeah,
on.
of course, Hamburg."
Hamburg. And you take it from here.
Okay, are we ready, cuties?
Yeah.
Yeah, forever. Shoot me.
Okay.
I still feel so guilty about stopping you talking about spiders, but I can't. But I'm glad that it happened.
Well,
Yeah,
will say,
I don't think
didn't
you should
stop
feel
me.
guilty
I don't wanna
about
hear
that. That was
anymore, but-
exciting.
If you didn't
Yeah,
stop
you're
me,
right.
I
Yeah,
probably would
I
have
just-
said the they she thing, and it would
That's
my
true.
secret would have been spiders, and also it was a fake secret. I only know
Aw.
the word spider.
I-
If you
Oh,
were
wow.
name the
Okay,
other two,
it worked
I'd
out.
Make them up.
Ah,
Just
wow.
lie.
That's. Yeah, you're gonna love hormones.
I love that. That was so cute.
Can I ask a
Yeah.
question?
Yeah.
No, I just want you to have your moment.
How much longer do you need to
Oh wait, this is a question. Oh wait, how? Basically, this is a question of like how to come out to my religious family.
on the podcast?
Yeah.
Unprompted.
They wrote.
Yes.
They wrote come out
Yes.
to yeshivish family. Do you know
I
what
don't know what that
yeshivish means?
Religious?
Yeah, Jewish religious.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna
Orthodox?
extrapolate it to like any kind of religious.
Orthodox,
You could
right?
bring
Yeah.
up the story of Esther.
Yeah.
Yes!
That's in the
Yeah.
And then
Bible.
what are they gonna do? Deny the story of Esther?
No.
When she came out, all the Jews were saved.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't come out, who knows what's going to happen to the Jews?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, Jack's turn. Jack is so.
Is that how we're answering the question?
I say you come out and you. It might be hard at first, but it gets easier.
Well, I'll be honest, with this question, this person wants to fuck you. This just goes, you're
Did that
fucking
happen a
hot.
lot?
Do you have a mate? First of all, British, them saying mate.
Ooh.
Leah, do you have a mate? If yes, who's the lucky one? If not, did Leah start sending out your resume? Who's Leah?
Leia was another guest on the
Leah,
pod.
did Leah start sending out your resume? Love the pod. You're awesome and sexy. Not funny. Interesting. Not a personality queen. Okay.
You read it. I wasn't even going to say that one. So you really just wanted to tell everyone that I'm getting
Well,
those
it's the front of the page, Ray. What do you want me to expect from me?
The answer to that question is I am single and I'm still looking.
Are you single
I did this
and
podcast-
awesome and sexy and wanting to find a mate?
I am.
Like they say mate.
And I'm going to London.
Cheerio,
I'm going to
Pip,
London in
Pip.
October, so maybe we'll hang out.
What if they're like? in,
Would
like,
you date a
Seattle?
fan?
No.
No, that's scary.
I mean, I use the fan very loosely. Like, no, we're not famous
Would you
enough to
date
have like
another
real
comic?
fans.
Probably not.
But you're dating another musical theater person,
Yes.
which kind of feels
It's different. It's different.
okay.
A little less
If you say
needy,
so.
I feel, than comedians.
Musical theater people are less needy.
Well,
I
a
can't
little
just
bit, a
break-
little
I can't just
bit.
like test a song randomly during conversation. How many times
Right.
are you talking to a comedian and they're like secretly testing a bit?
Yeah, you guys didn't laugh, and I was like, "You're my enemies."
Yeah.
You
It's like,
know.
if you just started singing, we'd all have to like stop and listen. You know what I mean? It's not just like you can just drop it in the conversation.
Happy birthday to you. Whoa, yeah. Happy birthday to you.
Ow! Wow, that was hot.
Thank you.
Really good.
That was
Thank
really
you.
good.
Thanks.
Wow.
Thank you.
I think, why do we even need a question? We just
Wait,
have-
I'm waiting for you to find a
I want
question.
to
If you have
respond to
one.
the coming out one a little bit more.
Yes, please.
And just say like, have a plan.
Good.
Have a backup plan. Have a house you can stay at that night if you need to.
Mm.
Like, I'm not a professional, but like, the most important thing is your safety. I don't know what your family is like. Have a backup plan if you can. Like, it does get better.
Yeah.
It does get
Aw,
better.
That was
Yeah.
good. Have a backup plan. Have community. Like when I
Yeah.
joined my
Yes.
support group, it changed my life. So if you could find any
Yes.
kind of support group for whatever your coming out process, like I'm in an ex-Orthodox queer support group
Wow.
in Brooklyn.
Whoa.
So it gets that granular.
Whoa.
Like you can, it's on Zoom. I mean,
Right.
but you can find the group that is specifically for you
Mhm.
and find people who
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely you don't have to do it alone.
don't do it alone.
Don't do it alone.
I would say that's the opposite of what you should do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Jack, do you have your question?
If you masturbate daily for 3 years and you haven't gotten laid by anyone else, are you just exclusive with yourself?
Huh.
I love the shtick that I ask like the serious question and you ask the crazy ones that come in.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Half of these kind of suck because they're all like about you, and I'm also a co-host. No one DMs me. No one asks questions about
Ask
me.
questions about
I want
Jack.
some
I am.
questions. I want people to take an interest in me. I mean, yeah. Are you just that's
No, that's a good question. That's a good question.
yeah? If
I think
you,
that's
if you
funny.
masturbate every day for 3 years straight and you don't see anybody else, are you just like in a relationship?
Well, if the relationship's only sex, then it's not functioning, babe.
Well, there's
Ooh.
aftercare too. I imagine.
Well,
Yeah,
like,
for
are you
sure.
taking yourself out on dates?
Well, I imagine you like sit yourself down and like the couch, and you're like.
Okay, but
Nice.
I'm talking about more than just the one act.
But I'm saying,
like-
but I think that's the problem. Is
I think you can be intentional about your masturbation if it is like part of like a self-care like ritual,
Mm.
and you're also being like, I'm exclusive with myself, so like I'm taking myself out to the movies, or like
Sure.
I'm like
and then you end the night with a glass of wine and a masturbation.
exactly.
What I think this person.
So the answer is yes, you are in a relationship with yourself,
Only
listeners.
if you go to movies too.
Yeah, exactly. Only if you're
Only if
also
you're
you see
engaged.
Encanto.
Get a little screaming at Amadeus or something nice. You
Yeah.
know? I just watched it recently. Very good.
Oh my god.
This little movie about Mozart.
Oh,
I so relate to Mozart.
oh, tell
Can I
us.
say something
That's a great.
queer coded.
Let's let Esther end on that story. Tell us how you relate to
Well,
Mozart.
I'm just a genius.
Yeah,
I'm just
A
a
musical
major
prodigy.
genius. I'm a musical
Yes.
prodigy.
you
And
started.
Everyone wants to tear you down.
everyone wants to tear me
You're like,
down.
why? I just want to make music.
I just want to make music. But everyone's here trying to tear me down.
Mm.
Everyone's like,
like in Mozart.
my goal is that I want to go on stage and be so good that other people tear their hair out. They're like, I'm mediocre. I'm mediocre.
That's exactly what happens in the Mozart movie.
Exactly.
And so I hope that for you.
I thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
that's exactly what happens when I do stand up.
I did one joke. And you're like, oh my god!
It's me. I can't believe they're so good. What a great ending to the Yenta podcast. Where can we find
That's
you?
my advice to everyone.
Yes. Policy.
Anyways,
Yeah.
You can find me in Brooklyn, New York, baby.
What?
I'm on the internet. I'm doing my solo show around town.
Are you doing it in
the
LA?
town of Brooklyn.
I guess
Not yet,
Yeah.
but I'd love to. Maybe I
You
should come back
should.
in like November or
you
something
should
and
hit
just
us
do
up
it.
when you come back,
Okay.
and like we can help you find some
Ask me
places.
to-
Yeah,
What's
it'd be
going
fun to
on?
do like
Oh no, I was just how we could find some. You know,
the Crows are really
Lyric
good venue.
Hyperion. or-
Gabriel generally.
Yeah, I
so-
love Gabriel.
Yeah. So they came out here and they were like, "Can you help me find a spot to do my show?" And I helped them get the Belmont, which is like a garbage bar, divey bar.
yeah.
Good show.
It's a great bar. We love the
Reach
Belmont.
out to the Crow. I think
Oh yeah,
that'd
the
be really
crow.
good.
The Crow.
Whatever. We can like
Yeah, we'll
intro
figure it
you
out.
to
We'll figure it
people
out.
if
Let's
you
actually-
want to run
let's-
it here.
Yeah.
Let's discuss every LA stand-up
So
video.
for the next
Yeah.
hour. You have a lot of places that you could connect.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, So your hour show that you're doing all around
Yeah.
town in New York and maybe soon LA. And what else?
And